Hi, Charlene here from Radical Feng Shui with Charlene, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my readings. Now, if you're joining me on Instagram, I'm on Instagram under Elemental Feng Shui and Radical Feng Shui, but my YouTube channel is Radical Feng Shui with Charlene. Now, I've been doing readings for quite a long time, thousands and thousands. It started off back early in my Feng Shui practice where I put together charts to find out what elements were missing in somebody's home. So if you were a wood dragon with wood base element and you were born in the summer, which gave you fire, there's about 5 or 6 different elements that I use. And those elements give me a really good idea what to look for when I come to your house. And of course, if you're with a partner or children, I do a chart for everybody so I can get an idea. Now, primarily, I do it for the owners of the household, like a couple. I'll go into the children's charts, but for their rooms specifically, because the parents have dominion over a child's life, so we kind of do it that way. Now, after a while, I wanted to know more about my clients, so I studied 9-star key astrology, and my very first job was to put together a 17-person Pilates studio in San Francisco. It felt daunting, but I was fresh with information with my teacher. I really jumped into it, and I learned a lot by doing that because there was 4 days of the 4 days of the week that the studio was popping and 3 days that it was dead. So what we did was we went in and looked at the personalities, and we started to switch people around so that the studio was happening all the time. And it was simply just, taking a water person away from an earth person who kind of didn't work with them and putting them with a metal person that fed them energetically. So the readings really delve into both of these things. When I do a reading for you, I'll do a Feng Shui chart to find out what's going on in your Feng Shui world, which you can take home with you. And I do a 9-star key chart, which talks to me about your adult energy, your child energy, which is the root of your emotions, which we can fall back into easily, and how to identify that, and your energetic energy, which is how people see you. Now, they line up with Western astrology, kind of like sun sign, moon sign, and ascendant. Principal number, character number, and energetic. But I'm not going to get into that so much. I mean, I look at the alliance when I'm doing your charts, but I'm talking to you about your personality. It deals with your health, your career, your travel, your ancestry, community, and spiritual health. It deals with creativity and children. It really delves into all these areas. Another fun thing about my readings is that I can actually do a chart for your whole year and tell you what month you're in terms of where's the energy at for your number that particular year. When are you being seen by everybody, when you can put out advertisements or get out there and do stuff, and when you're not going to be seen. You can be doing all you want and nobody's really going to recognize you when you're in a stillness month. So I do chart that out. And I can also chart out travel on the planet for you at any specific time, dealing with which directions to go and which you don't. And that may sound a little far-fetched, but years ago when I studied this, my teacher actually helped myself and my family go from California all the way to Costa Rica driving. And it was all about, okay, these days are good to go southeast. Don't go anywhere for 3 days. Hold up. Keep traveling in another direction. So we followed that to the T. We messed up in the last couple of days, and I really felt it. I really could talk. It's quite the story. But anyway, I really learned how powerful travel is. Now, I used that this winter when I went to Mexico, and I knew that I had to be in a certain place by the 5th of February and not move for a whole month. So I was 35 days in one location, and it seemed to work beautifully because when I was ready to travel, I really had a good time and I really went into a whole other energetic. I was studying Spanish, I was in a different town, I was in a different place, I met different people. It was a lot of fun. So I use it in my own world. So my readings can be really fascinating. And I also use in my readings, I'll use my Tao deck, which is like the I Ching, and I'll use a 5 elemental reading. Spring, the energy for new beginnings. Fire, our vision. What do we bring to it? What's our passion? Our grounding in the earth. The alchemy of metal and what's controlling things, and the subversive elements of water. So when we do a card reading like that, we really, really get to the depths of what's happening right here and now. So just want to introduce you to that. I'll be doing a special on my readings coming up soon. Stay tuned. Join me at Radical Feng Shui with Charlene and on Elemental Feng Shui on YouTube or Radical Feng Shui. Thanks. Have a great day.